Morning, folks. Today's soap is Derby soap. Comes in a cardboard tub. This was about 140 grams of soap, almost 5 ounces. It's an empty container right now. I keep it help me keep track what's in this Currier and Ives shaving mug. And I got it whipped up here. The light's not going to do this brush justice. This is a very deep purple with some gold mixed in from Crazy Badger. Had this one here for a while. I don't think he's making brushes, or at least I have not been able to catch up with him, find out where he's at. Let's see here. Preshave. I'll get it together here in a moment. It's Monday morning. Taconic Preshave. It's in a pump container. Takes 2 pumps, and that's what I've been using. I'll put it on in just a moment because I've already put a hot towel to the face this morning. I'm going to be following up with Aqua Velva Classic Ice Blue Aftershave. This is an older container. The newer ones have a different label, in other words. Still same stuff, just different labels. And shaver of the day. I'm going to be shaving with the, this is a Gem DeLuxe. What makes this one here a Deluxe is this part right down here. It's got a little bit of metal at the end. And I've got a Gem blade in there that's Teflon coated. It looks an awful lot like this one here that's usually referred to as either a lightweight or featherweight. I've seen it listed both ways. But you can usually find these in pretty decent shape without having to pay a whole lot of money either. They're pretty nice shavers, pretty smooth. Just like this one here. This one here is a push button type action. There you go. It opens like that. It's very nice, smooth, comfortable shaves. Now these two are slightly different on the head design. Let's do it this way. There we go. You can kind of tell that this one here's got more of a slope to it than what this one does. Both of them I have a tendency to follow the cap. In other words, pretty close to the face. I'll get into that a little bit later. Go ahead and put the pre-shave oil here on. If you hear anything rustling in here, it's because Tony, this is my 4th take on this video. I couldn't get past the soap part. Tony has been rather insistent on being in here. He's like a child, I tell you. But he's right here, laying on the floor next to me, being rather insistent that he comes in here. He's like that from time to time, our German Shepherd. He's just over 2 years old, as our best guess. We got him as a stray. He was roaming the neighborhood, and my son he asked me if we could keep this German Shepherd puppy. And when I came home, and this was not a puppy by any means, as it goes for size, more like a horse. But anyway, he's laying down here. He's rotten. We kind of joke about it at work when we have a meeting about if we ever go back to work, back in the office, that our animals are going to be pitching a fit. Separation anxiety and whatnot. This one here, he's going to be the worst. He doesn't like it as it is when I go to pick up groceries. Yeah, he's spoiled rotten. He's a good dog though. He don't have a mean bone in his body. Scent on this Derby soap, if you are unfamiliar with this soap has a stout scent. I mean, this has been in this Currier and Ives mug for quite a while now. I'm thinking about a year. It's still got a pretty stout scent to it. It's a clean scent. Some people may not like it because it is such a strong scent. For my nose, it works great because my nose doesn't work most of the time. But for me, yeah, this is a very nice, as it goes for scent strength, very nice for my nose. I don't have any problems picking it up, even after all this time being in the mug. Now what I do, after I took a cheese grater to that big puck, it's almost 5 ounces, I grated it up and then I pressed it down in the mug, and then when I get ready to store it back in my closet, I just set this down on top of it. So that may help keep some of the scent to it. Still readily available, but I tell you what though, it's still a pretty strong scent even after this period of time. Yeah, he's readjusting over there. And I keep the angle of this particular shaver almost, kind of tell, almost on the cap. It might be like maybe a 5-degree lift. But that's, for me, that's where I get my, guess you might say, my smooth and comfortable shave. And I treat these other two that I showed earlier the same way. And I think, for me at least, I find that this works pretty well for me. Most of these gym shavers, whether it's a gym Micromatic or a G-Bar, whatever the case might be, most of these gym shavers, they're pretty much designed to pretty much ride the cap or just lift up just a slight bit. At least that's what's been working for me. Each person, in other words, may have a slight difference in how they prefer to shave with a gym shaver. I do enjoy the shaves though. They're very unique blade feel. I can feel the blade going through the whiskers, but I don't get an uncomfortable shave. This soap is pretty inexpensive. I knew I was forgetting to mention something about it. I'll have a link down below. It at the Modern Man's website, if I remember right, sells it. Regular price is $2.50. When I got mine, I think it was like $1.95. It was on sale when I got mine, and I thought I would give it a try. And it is one of those soaps that will last you a good long moment. And at a price of $2.50, that's a bargain. As it goes for shaving soap, that's a pretty good buy. And like I say, in my opinion, I know the scent is probably going to be off-putting. You might compare it to Arco. In other words, scent strength, and that scent that maybe some people love it, some people hate it. This is definitely a bargain soap, a budget soap. But as you can tell, you can shave with it. At least I can. Is it going to compare to a lot of the other soaps that are much more expensive? No. But it is definitely usable. And if you keep in mind on how much you're getting for 5 ounces at $2.50, it's a great buy. But don't think that it's going to compare to a Cold River Works soap or Banulé or Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, or in other words, just pick a name. TFS. It's not going to be quite as nice as that, but definitely usable. I enjoy using it. The soap is fine for me. I don't mind using the soap. If anything, I do enjoy the scent. It kind of, in a way, it does remind me of a barber shop. It's that clean, very clean scent that I used to remember smelling when I was a kid. My dad was in the Air Force, and so we would go there on base and get a haircut. So a lot of the, how can you say, scents and whatnot was very traditional. I know, never talked to my dad about it, but I know as I got older, Going to the barber shop was not a thing that I enjoyed because my hair, the way it was when I had hair, it was, you know, it'd stick up every which way. It would never lay down. So whenever you go to get the haircut, if you get something cut just a little bit too short, then it's going to stick straight up, would lay down. So I know that's probably one of those things, you know, it's just, don't look forward to going to the barber shop getting your hair cut when you have hair like that. But if you're getting it cut like what I have today, not a problem. It does exactly what it should do. For me, with this shaver, just the way I'm having the angle, against the grain pass is probably the smoothest pass I have. I know that may be kind of odd for some folks that instead of with the grain, but to me the smoothest one is against the grain. And it may have a lot to do with how my hair grows. There is a little bit of a feedback, but it is very smooth on the against the grain pass for me. More enjoyable than with the grain, in my opinion. But I do keep the cap relatively flat against the skin. In a way, it kind of reminds me shaving with a straight razor. In other words, my lift off the cap might be 5 degrees at times. In other words, almost flat. And a lot of times shaving with a straight razor, it's about the same way. Almost flat, but not quite. Weather around here has been really nice. Low 70s, I think 77 I think is supposed to be the high today. Just really nice weather. It's been kind of odd, we haven't had any rain here recently. Maybe it's going to wait till Halloween. We have a few years where it's been like that. And maybe this year, maybe it's not such a bad thing since they really don't want you out going house to house trick-or-treating this year. On Halloween, maybe it is a good thing that it does rain. Kind of make you, maybe you didn't miss out on so much if it's raining, then chances are you wouldn't be out trick-or-treating with the kids, and maybe the kids might feel slightly better. Not so disappointed in not being able to go out and do the traditional trick-or-treating. Got some way up there. Face feels pretty smooth, feels pretty good. I know I'm going to get some stinging. It's kind of typical with this kind of shaver. I do get some spots every once in a while here and there, but overall, I mean, I don't see any weepers or anything of the sort, so I should be doing pretty good. Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements alum block complete with rubber band. I've got some way back over here. Every once in a while it seems like I do that. I get my angle off and get the scraping, I guess you might say, just a little too close. Right down here lately, right in there, I've had an issue with a little bit of stinging. I've got a patch of hair that grows kind of weird right there. I usually don't have too much trouble with it. Usually it's on this side I have that issue, but I guess it's flip-flop now for a while. Every once in a while I'll get a stinging issue right there. At least it's not a strawberry patch. I remember those days when I'd get those. Man, it just, talking about burn, sting, yeah, most uncomfortable. Stirling's Witch Hazel. This one here is unscented, but it is mentholated. It's an 8-ounce container, about 200 milliliters it says. I've got some thyme that I'm thinking about putting in some unscented witch hazel, but I'm trying to figure out what the how many drops to put in there. I've been kind of testing it out on some sample items, if you will. And thyme is a fairly strong scent, so I haven't been able to dial in exactly how much I want in there. Then thinking about putting some lavender in with it. See how that works out. I'll keep on testing. It's going to be a moment. It takes me a little while to, because once I do that, I wait a while so my nose is not accustomed to it. So the next time I try it, I feel like I get the, I guess you might say the first impression, and that's what I'm after. Nice cooling effect, and then of course, going to follow right up with Aqua Velva Classic Ice Blue. This is my, when it comes to aftershaves that you can just go in and buy off the shelf at like a Walmart, Target, wherever your favorite place is, local grocery store. For me, this is my favorite. Old English is another one. I do like Stirling. I almost went with Stirling today. But thought this morning I would enjoy the nice cooling effect of the Aqua Velva. And as you can tell, it's got a nice, huge restrictor in there. I really enjoy this. This is one of my favorites. Working well with my nose this morning. Yes, it is. It really is. My nose is just kind of like opening up. Had a great shave this morning. I'll have links down below. Also got a link down below for Ted Pella if you're interested in buying these blades in bulk. You notice when you open the link just below, they'll have some pictures of a 3-facet and a 2-facet. You'll want the 3-facet. That's the one you're after. Has the one that says PTFE on there. And I've got it linked down below, and I copied the description of the blade just like it's listed, so that way it would be easier to figure out on that long list of which one that you're actually after. You definitely want to get the 3-facet. 2-facet doesn't shave very smooth. You really don't want those. You want the 3-facet. Like I say, I have a link down below. Hope everybody's healthy, stay safe, and smooth shaves to you.